Thank you, Christy. This is from Holly's Gourmet Market. You can pick up your own. It's actually a piece of metal artwork that Holly and Peggy's brother made, and then he turned it into a mug. So go to Holly's Market or reach out to Holly's Market and they can say these. I think Peggy has them too at Magpies. Here we go. Oh.
Cheers, sir.
Oh, cheer. Wait, here we go. Here's what I've started doing. Like just going ahead and bumping the thing.
Oh, we both have animal cups too.
Yeah. That's what I was just saying. This is actually a piece of metal artwork that got turned into a mug.
That's amazing.
Yeah, a metal piece of art. So yeah, it's hilariously you see my issues with holding on to mugs. So I just hold on to them like this so I can make them disappear.
Yeah, that's not the same for me.
I got a photo somewhere of my friend Savannah and I with our mugs up because I had, I think, a tiny little mug and she had one of those big giant latte mugs and her hand is that big and my hand is that big.
You got to get the only big mugs.
They wouldn't serve me black coffee in a big mug. It was only the small mug.
That's absurd.
Yeah, let me do that.
Oh,
How's it going? How was your spaghetti?
delicious. Absolutely delicious. I've made more sauce in the last 2 months than I made a lot of sauce, probably about 4 or 5 gallons.
My
Just
God.
sitting in the freezer.
So I've wanted spaghetti, but I can't find noodles or meat down here. So I've been kind of SOL.
I might be able to ship you noodles.
That's okay. Yeah, I went to the grocery store. I'm trying to limit that. I went to the grocery store. No chicken, no meat. Well, they had meat, but it was 1 pound containers, and they had jacked up the price on them. I was like, no.
Jesus.
Yeah. So.
We luckily aren't that bad here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God. There we go. There's for all the viewers right there.
She can't stand when I FaceTime. She just yells.
Oh my God.
Sure,
It's
you'll
gonna be
hear her
amazing.
quite a bit.
It's going to be amazing. Everything you say is just going to, you're going to have a hype man behind you yelling at you.
Exactly.
Let's see. Yeah, 3 minutes in, we've accomplished nothing, which is great.
That's fine.
How are you doing today on this Friday? Although, is it even a Friday?
I was just telling my mom that the only reason I know what day it is that my birth control has a calendar on it.
Same.
I figured.
Yeah.
But I've just lost track of days because there's no responsibility.
No. I saw a meme the other day that it had all the dates listed out: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and all the first parts were marked out, and it just said day.
Yeah, exactly.
Day. Yeah. Can't wait for the weekend. No.
Luckily, my boyfriend is still working, so I know weekends because I know that it's just louder in here.
Hey, you're in my space. You're in my space.
He gets shoved in his game room with the door shut and the cats.
Oh my God.
So I can drink and watch my trash TV in peace.
Oh my God. Oh wait, have you watched Tiger King?
Of course.
Okay. Good.
I'm a huge animal freak though, so like it broke my heart because I know which animals are drugged and which aren't and what they're doing in the back. So I cried a lot during that.
My God.
And
yeah. It's all people are talking about. Like, it's hilarious to me.
It's absurd. It's taken over the world.
Yeah. There's one friend of mine that she did a video and was like, Carol didn't kill her husband, all this stuff. And then that has just evolved into memes. There's like 400 posts on that one post of like, we're just all going to put all the memes in this one post.
There's a local bakery making Carol Did It cupcakes. Like, that's how far it's gone.
The best is Have you seen the UPS driver front door thing?
No.
There's one where somebody put, did Carol Baskin kill her husband on the front of their door on a piece of paper? And it had yes on one side, no on the other side, and all the UPS packages were on the yes side. I was like, that is genius.
That's amazing.
And the fact that Lisa Frank actually did Joe
Oh,
Exotic
you
art
mean the queen herself?
is the best. Oh my God. All right. So, watching your trash TV, are you able to stay creative at this time?
Um, to an extent, and I'm trying. I I try and sketch almost every day.
Yeah.
Um, I've painted some really weird stuff. Uh, and I try and go into the shop at least 3 times a week just to kind of stay in a sense of normalcy where I still have somewhat of a schedule.
Yeah.
But I think I struggle with mental blocks when my anxiety is really bad. And so
Yeah.
creatively, I haven't felt like I really want to do anything right now, but I need to force myself to just keep moving.
Okay.
And I think there's a huge guilt trip happening with a lot of artists that we are supposed to be creating the most work right now. And we're
Right.
supposed to be making all of the stuff we've been waiting for the time to make. But people forget that with mental illness and with trauma and different triggers, that it's impossible for a lot of us.
Right. The drawing and the painting, is that something you would do normally, or is that something that you're kind of doing to keep yourself occupied?
I doodle and sketch quite a bit, but
Okay.
I haven't sat down and painted anything in probably, and since the shop's been open, so like 3 years.
Wow. Okay.
And that's what I
Uh,
started doing.
did that kind of come naturally, or were you just frustrated when you started painting? Or was
Um,
it boredom?
it was actually out of pure boredom where I was like, I'm gonna paint something really stupid for the apartment. And I ended up just painting a butt portrait with a knife in it.
Of course. Of course. Oh
So
my God.
that's in our bedroom now.
Nice. Where it should be. That's where
Yeah.
exactly where it should be.
Here,
Uh,
I can give you a sneak peek of it if you want.
okay.
Don't mind all the disaster area.
Notice how mine is very focused on the
Oh,
CD
I'm in a
wall.
corner.
On the CD wall. Yeah.
So this is it.
That's unbelievable. Okay, so I was actually imagining a knife poking in a butt.
Oh, like a butthole knife? No,
Yeah.
no. It's
Not in
one
the
of my
butthole, in the
knives.
cheek. Just in the cheek. Keep it clean. It's before noon.
Exactly.
A
It's
butthole.
not violent.
Oh my God. A butthole knife. That's a good band name. I saw them open for Cake in '96. Butthole Knife.
Absolutely. I'm actually the drummer.
I'm the banjo player.
Oh, perfect. I didn't even know we had one.
News to you.
Fun facts.
Okay, you did that. What about the other painting you were doing with the circles? Was that
So
started-
that was for the Dayglo Show. That is an annual show at Waterloo Arts, which is a local gallery.
Okay.
That was supposed to be due March 21st. And it's 40 plus artists, and we only use Dayglo paints.
Okay.
So I kind of put that on the back burner since it's clearly postponed.
Right.
Because I don't want to force myself to make something where I'm not confident.
Right. Right. And stuff like that. Oh, sorry.
I don't want to F it up, and I know that I'll just try and
Yeah.
fail.
That's not always a bad thing. Good things come out of that. Stuff like that event. Are you seeing more? Because you're up in Cleveland, just for anybody who doesn't know. Wait, Cleveland, Ohio, not Cleveland, Tennessee. There is a Cleveland, Tennessee.
I did know.
It's not that big. It's not that big.
Not even remotely similar.
No. Are you seeing a lot more stuff like that? Are they doing a lot more like online versions of those shows?
A lot
of just push
fans
them
are
back?
doing it, but I make majority of my money vending during the summer and the spring. So we're actually canceled 2 months out, which is really scary for all of us, because that's where we make the the money
Right.
for the year.
Right.
A lot of the gallery shows, they've just been postponed. The museums are really cool because they're just doing virtual tours. And I
Okay.
have two paleontologist buddies that are actually teaching kids at the Natural History Museum through video. So
Okay.
that's cool. But as for the shows, everything's just canceled or postponed.
Okay. We've done, there's been some down here where it's been more like virtual shows and stuff.
Well, that's cool.
Or virtual sellers markets. But we have like an entrepreneur center and a chamber, and we're called the Maker City. And so that's, I think, what's driving a lot of that, because we already had a little bit of infrastructure set up to manage some of that.
I mean, work was a mistake on the lake, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
No comment. No comment. Lovely town. I've visited often.
I mean, I think that a lot of people are moving towards the online and virtual sales. I know the first month, all of March, my online sales were great because people were just trying to support
Right.
whatever they could,
Yeah.
which is really important right now.
I'm seeing it's a mixed bag for me. There's a couple people I know that live off of online sales that are using this as a reason to get money, if that makes sense. Yeah. And it's hard on the back end knowing that, not being angry, not hulking out
Right.
over that. But you just gotta, there's a special place in hell for them. That's all good. Other than the drawing and painting, are there any other like passion projects or anything that you're taking this time to work on?
I'm a very big list maker.
Okay.
So my skills are a lot of lists, and I've been trying to kind of figure out what I want to do after this is over.
Yeah.
The passion projects that I've had are all kind of still at a standstill.
Okay.
Because what I want to be doing with the business and with my mission and all that can't be done during this.
Right.
So I'm trying to work out how things are going to go after it's over.
Okay. Is there, at the shop, because you have a little bit of time, is there anything you've always wanted to do at the shop that now you have the time or you can put in the effort to do, like clean up or rearrange? Yeah.
I've been cleaning, and I've found stuff, like next week is actually my 3-year anniversary at the shop.
Nice. Congrats.
My anniversary as the business. And so there's stuff that is still there from day one that it's in piles, and everything is shoved and stuff. So going through, I think, is a very therapeutic thing for me, and throwing things out, because I've had such a big change in the past 2 years that getting rid of the bad
clutter. Yeah.
it's very therapeutic, and it feels good to be able to throw that away, because you're throwing away the feelings as well.
Yeah. 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 Here's where I throw my feelings, right in here. I just shove them right in.
Homie, I've gained 15 pounds.
15?
Everyone's like, my coveralls don't zip anymore. I look straight out of Trailer Park Boys.
Somebody I saw said you need to put on your jeans at least 2 or 3 times a week so you realize where you're at.
Do you think I even own jeans?
I think that's funny. I read it and I was like, that's adorable. You mean my shorts?
Yeah, who owns jeans?
Yeah. Oh. In going through all that and kind of working around, are you trying to find like alternative ways to make income in this time?
See, and that's where I'm struggling is, do I join the bandwagon of trying to sell out on things during this? And morally, no, I can't.
Right.
And I did that in the beginning with the Cleveland gear and selling stuff I knew would sell. And I stopped doing that 2 years ago, and I don't think I could ever go back.
Okay.
So I think just pushing what I have right now and trying to sell what I normally do is really all I can handle mentally.
Okay. I was thinking, like, because you do all the screen printing yourself, figuring out ways to do teaching online would be awesome.
Yeah. But no one has equipment.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to still talk to my students that I teach and you know, like keep up with them and make sure they're still working, but none of them have a setup.
Right. Right.
So that's really the hard part.
Damn it. Okay. I'll
I mean,
keep
I
bring.
teach anyone how to make a booty painting though.
Oh my God, that's your new thing.
I will do an online Bob Ross booty painting course.
This has to happen now. I need to see this.
You you have to do it with me though.
Oh shit. Uh, uh, Sorry, the connection's bad.
Because
Okay.
I've just been painting over old paintings to do
Okay.
stuff.
Nice. Let's see. What about passive income? Have you looked into passive income much?
As in like the Society 6 and what stuff sells for you.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking of is trying to find stuff.
No.
I think it's hard for us because we actually have to produce stuff or spend time on stuff. So
Right, it's not passive if it's artwork.
yeah, right.
And since I do hand print and I hand draw everything, having somebody else print my pieces feels like cheating because then I'm no longer giving that to the customer. It's not
Right.
mine or it's another company's.
Right.
And I don't want to give my money to a big company to
Right.
do something that I do myself.
Are you trying to say Redbubble are not good and reputable people? Somebody bought something on Redbubble the other day and promoted it. I was like, no, no, no.
Or like the free custom tees, they're like, just do it online.
Yeah.
I'm like, puke in my mouth. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Well, you know the thing with Redbubble is how much stuff gets stolen. Like
Oh,
there's
insane.
yeah, there's an artist named Ollie Moss that his Twitter feed used to be just him calling out people on Redbubble who stole his artwork. It was hilarious. It was like, hey Redbubble, one of these days you're going to figure out that people are stealing my shit, and
It's absurd. And that's
yeah,
the other problem is like with all of us at home and all the artists looking at other artwork, you have to be super careful that you're not accidentally
yeah,
making somebody else's work.
yeah,
Because you're just ingesting so much at this level online. And that's what I need to be careful of is like I want to mimic people that I like, but you don't want to steal their style.
well,
Redbubble straight up steal.
yeah, no comment on that. I know a certain someone that they have literally ripped off Draplin to a point to where the last time Draplin came to town, I almost bought one of their pieces and brought it to him and said, hey man, could you sign this? Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't do this.
But he's too even like care.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the problem. Me, I'm like, when I get my design stolen, I'm screaming.
Oh, I'm more angry for Draplin than Draplin.
Oh, 100%. He's probably like, oh, it's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm going to do a puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Him and those puzzles. Those gradient puzzles are killing me. So.
I'm still on my first puzzle that I started the day we had the stay-at-home order. It's 1,000 pieces. I can't do it.
And it's a kid's puzzle with 32 pieces. Yeah. So during all this time, are you kind of staying or remaining positive, or are there peaks and valleys? There's always peaks and valleys when you own a business, but
right, Sergeant, stop. Sorry. I think I'm trying to not. Have struggled with anxiety and depression my entire life. Right. So it's like I can feel coming on, and my anxiety is an everyday thing. This I've realized comes in very drastic waves. Yes. It's a day where I'm having to check if unemployment even exists for me yet, or if my small business loan has even like gone through, or if anyone's even getting any money yet. Then it's a very deep low. Yeah. And within a week, both my parents were unemployed. There's only one person in my family still working. It's just, if you keep looking into it, you're going to dive into that depression very deeply. I've been trying to just convince myself that this is the time that I asked for, that I've always wanted to be able to clean up, to be able to rearrange the place. I moved 2 months ago, so it's like I can finally unpack everything. But then it's also those days where you're like, I don't want to do anything because this is too overwhelming.
Yeah.
So like once every 3 days I'll go and I'll be like, well shit, this sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit in bed all day.
Yeah. For me, it's been the first 2 weeks were pretty brutal. And then I figured out I just need to get up off my ass. And I started doing better. This week there were a couple days that were pretty bad. That were even worse than the first 2 weeks. And I think it was after 2 days I woke up one morning. I was like, I can't keep doing this. So I got to figure out something else.
Yeah.
I can't just sit here and melt into my couch and have YouTube going in the background as I'm trying to draw or anything.
Well, that's the hardest thing. It's people forget that artists generally have the most mental issues and they struggle with depression and anxiety more than the regular person does.
Yeah.
So this is a time where it's extremely uncertain for every aspect of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Half of us don't know if we're going to come out of this with the business still or if we're going to have to go get a 9 to 5. And
Right.
that just triggers terrible things for us.
Yeah.
So I applaud anyone that's able to just get up every day and create and use this time wisely because it's really, really fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one buddy of mine that he's been freelance for 6 years, I think. And he was over here at the house. This was very early on. I hooked up God, this is going to become a topic every week, apparently. I hooked up a stereo in my office, and he was bringing me speaker wire. He's like, I've got hundreds of feet, don't buy any. So he did it, and it was like a weekend, and I said, it's weird seeing people say how bored they are. Because I think I just saw a lot of people, they're like, well, I'm furloughed from work, but I'm still getting paid, so I'm going to just use this time to sit around and do nothing. And I told him, I was like, have you ever been bored? I was like, no. I don't know what that's
No.
when you say you're bored, I know what that level of boredom is versus other people's level of boredom.
Mm-hmm.
Your boredom is 5 minutes and then it's on to something.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've been training for the isolation part for
Yeah.
my life. I am the biggest introvert. I love being alone. I don't need to see people for months at a time.
Yeah.
Other than my family. And that's the only hard part. But it's the mental aspect of financial and just when am I going to be able to see my family and
Right.
how am I going to make money after this and what's the world going to be like after this? That's what gets me.
Yeah.
Boredom, that doesn't exist.
No. Boredom is you're tired or you can't get your brain to function for 5 minutes.
Right.
I think for the biggest thing for me is not being able to just almost feeling like, God, I hate to use this word, but tethered. Like I just want to go and grab a coffee somewhere. Oh, I can't do that. I just want to text a buddy and say, let's go grab a coffee and sit and talk for
Right.
30 minutes. Oh, no, you can't do that. It's like, what the? Okay. That's the one part where it's, so like today, here in a few minutes, I'm going to go on a social distance walk with a buddy of mine.
Yeah.
We start doing it every Friday, knock on wood. And it's great just to get out and be actually face to face with somebody. Because also single dude just sitting here in the house. Yeah. Just like re-download Tinder and just like, why am I doing this? And delete it and then re-download.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so happy. That's not.
There's your joy of the day. Yeah.
On the outside of this, I will tell you my 3-day adventure on Tinder that worst time of my entire life. I think I saw my grandma through a window this week, and that's my best friend. She's 96. Yeah. I am with her every single week, cooking with her for the past 20 years of my life. And I see my family twice a week, and that's the thing that's hurting me the most, where I see them and then I get in the car and I just start crying because it's like I'm through a piece of glass. Like it's not, we're not like that.
Yeah.
That's not how we communicate. That's not how we interact. And that's really difficult to kind of figure out how to be happy that you at least get that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one friend of mine that his grandkids are very young. And he was like, this is killing me not to be able to play with the grandkids. He's
Yeah.
like, he's like, he's like, he was talking about how him and his wife, it's driving him nuts to not be able to play with him.
Yeah, my
But
nephew's
it's
first birthday is in a couple weeks. My mom celebrated her 60th birthday alone,
good
and
God.
that's what kills me.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't cry.
Huh?
Just
Me?
like you had a tear in your eye. It's
Oh
okay.
no.
I know
I'm just
you're.
sitting there getting angry, and I'm thinking of all the stuff I've seen online about how people are traversing that. Like one friend of mine, her husband got everybody in the neighborhood to drive by and say happy birthday to her. So it was like a caravan of 30 cars. Yeah. And then I saw another one, which was, it was people living in New York or somewhere. It was a big apartment complex.
Yeah.
And there was a empty spot in the middle where there were windows, where you're just, looking at other windows. And she coordinated, she wrote notes to like 100 people in the building and said, at this time on this day, will everybody open their windows and sing happy birthday to my boyfriend?
Oh, I'll show you what I did for my mom.
Okay. If I could only pull up the Jeopardy music right now.
When we decided we were all gonna FaceTime, so me and my boyfriend wore hats.
Oh my God. There's where I'm going to cry. Right there. Tears of joy. Tears of joy.
I had to tape this hat to my boyfriend's head because he has a buzzed head. So it's the little things. So I mean, she laughed hysterically, and
Yeah.
I mean that's all that I wanted.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I think just trying to figure out what the new normal is with just whatever you can take at this point is something that I've been trying to do daily.
Yeah. Weird segue. How's the weather been out there? Are you able to like get out and get outside?
Oh, you mean where 2 days ago it was 60 and then yesterday it snowed?
So down here it was the flip side. Like 2 days ago it was 84, and then yesterday it was like 50 with 30-mile-per-hour winds, and like I had to put a hoodie on. Like I was like, what the shit is going like?
Still shorts though. You still have shorts on though.
Oh yep.
Okay.
I haven't put up the winter shorts yet. They haven't made it into the cubby yet. Yeah.
That's hard. It's like, and also depending on where you live, what time you can go outside, if it's safe for you to go outside. And that's the hard thing. It's a lot of people don't have the luxury of even being able to do that.
Have you been going out and walking or
going? A lot of times I sit on our porch. It's a huge balcony on the second floor. Nice. And then if I'm at the shop, I'm in a historic district. So I'll take a walk up and down and just, it's a ghost town there. So it's nice to be able to just be in quiet and be able to walk and see things I usually miss.
Are you seeing people be more friendly or outgoing or nice?
Around the shop in that historic neighborhood, yes. Yeah. Because we are a ton of small businesses and that neighborhood we're extremely close. Where I live is a lot of people not listening. So you'll hear parties and you'll hear people getting together, and it's infuriating. And it's like, I want to be like, I'm going to call the cops on you, but that's, you can't do that.
Yeah, I'm part of some group that's like a Knoxville store watch thing, to where somebody will post up, this store has a bunch of toilet paper. If you need it, go here.
That's
this
not
store...
where you're going.
Huh?
I didn't know that's where you're going. Yeah. But that's super nice to have.
Yeah, like this store. But here in the last couple of days, it's just been a list of, this store is not following guidelines. They're just letting a ton of people in, and it's just a madhouse in there. And they're like, we're this far in. How are you not regulating this better? Like, it's so dumb.
This should be way easier now.
Yeah.
It's been over a month. Like,
yeah.
This shouldn't be an issue anymore.
Yeah. Although our county mayor has gone on record and said he thought the stay at home and some of this stuff was too overreaching. But that's also Kane. Remember, our county mayor is Kane.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
Yeah.
Our governor has actually done. It's been like international news how well he's done with Ohio, and I was looking at the statistics today, and what they thought our curve was going to look like is actually it's not. We're like a fourth of the way up. So the majority of people are listening around here, which is
Yeah.
amazing. And I just, whenever anyone's like, this is stupid, I'm like, okay, then when my 96-year-old grandma gets sick, you can tell me that again.
Yeah, really.
That's like, you just have to scare them into being like, okay, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, are you filing for any of the, you said you have filed for the loans and stuff? I
I
think the
filed
PPP, is that statewide or nationwide that today's the day?
Small Business Association.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, this is so confusing, especially for people like us that have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I filed for the small business loan. I've heard absolutely nothing back.
Yeah.
Ohio kept saying that the self-employed could file for unemployment, but every day it's a different story. So I filed, and then the only email I got back was that they are over 2 weeks behind on processing. My dad's filed 4 weeks ago, and he still hasn't gotten it. So
I filed for unemployment, but at that point, the only update they'd done to the site was they put a little checkbox said, "Are you applying because of COVID?" Like
oh wow.
everything else was like, everything else read like, "So what is the job you're unemployed for? Can you get rehired there?" I was like, "No, I work for myself, dum dums." Like,
Or it's asking you what you're willing to do now. Like, what
yeah.
other jobs can you do? What hours are you available to work?
My favorite part is you need to check in every Monday and put all the jobs you've applied for. I was like,
Yeah.
well, there are no jobs.
Let me just go out and figure out where I can work now.
Yeah, and especially not any graphic design jobs. Good God.
Yeah. I mean, this is Sergeant.
He's not looking. There he is. He's looking. We'll do that. Let's see.
The grumpiest looking man ever.
Uh,
But it's impossible, and they're saying that a lot of self-employed people won't get their unemployment until mid-May. Like, what are you supposed to do until mid-May?
yeah. The guy I had on last week, who kind of is the reason why I'm doing this, to see my buddy. He's a lawyer, and a lawyer and a coder, which is hilarious. And but he's been really covering this CARES Act stuff. And he was saying like 3 weeks ago, he was like, do not depend on this for short-term money. He's like, it's going to take a while. At that point, he was saying late April. And I keep seeing these reports are like, well, it's being reported some people are getting their money today. I was like, I don't trust it unless it's somebody I know.
Right.
And I see their bank statement, because I've been hearing that for a month now.
Yeah, they're saying just keep checking your bank account. Like, no, send me an actual piece of paper, or send me something that's like, you're going to get this amount of money. This is what you have to pay back. This is what's happening.
Yeah. Or just an email. I would be happy with just this money has been deposited in your bank account.
Right. I mean, when I had a small business loan, I got no confirmation email. Yeah. They don't send you anything.
Yeah, that's the crap. I always say it wrong. The EIDL versus the PPP. I think the PPP today is the first day that solo entrepreneurs can apply for the PPP. For
that's protection.
For that, I'm going to say go to @_HQ. That's a C. He's the one covering all this. I'm a dumb artist.
I'm going to look up, because no one even has the same information. And it's really infuriating to be this scared and not be able to do the necessary steps to help yourself. Right. It's just a waiting game where you're more and more terrified on a daily basis.
Yeah. That's why I hit you up. That's why you and I got into that conversation about me wanting to do the screen printing from home. And I was like, I've got to do this. Like, I've wanted to do this forever. I've got to do it. Because I'm trying to think how to say this without sounding like a complete douche. I know it's something that I can do, that I have the ability in here to create artwork that I can sell. It's not a competition thing. It's not a ease thing. It's everything is in here. It's getting it pushed through. You just
need to be able to have the facility to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something that I would 100% be willing to do for other people is how did I build my basement before I had my brick and mortar? It was pieces of wood and hinges. Like, I know how to rig anything.
Yeah. So what's funny is my longer story. Washer and dryer, my cousin ended up giving me his washer and dryer because he wasn't using them, and mine were busted. And I
Yeah.
was like, it's $1,000 for a new washer and dryer. I was like, this is stupid. Like, and he was like, oh, I've got a washer and dryer I don't use. They're at my grandparents' house. So we went and picked them up and came over. My basement's a mess right now. And he looked at it and he was like, you've got enough room in here for screen printing. He's like, so when are we going to move all this crap out? And I was like, damn it. It's like, you're going to actually make me fall through and clean my basement.
Yeah, you have to do it now.
Yeah. He was like, yeah. He's like, my problem is I'll throw away everything in here. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh no, 100%. And sorry, I got to plug in my phone.
No.
That's if you have the ability and if you have the facility to do it, there's no reason not to. I wish I had. I was in a communal basement in my apartment building.
Oh God.
So that's where I started with bugs and like rats. BRB.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, David. I know. Do the third.
Did you just say you can scream?
Now it's just starting to come down to people fussing at me about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you saw the size of my basement, you would smack me. Like.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anything I wished for.
Yeah. Probably. Okay. Well, this will be a good video.
Called out.
Huh?
You're getting called out.
This will be a good video series. Most of it. Oh yeah, there's my dad chiming in saying you can't throw it away. It's mine. That's Ryan wanting to throw it away. That's not me.
That's awesome.
Maybe that'll be a good thing on this video series. You can track my progress on getting the screen print shop built out.
I mean, I will 100% tell you everything you need.
Okay.
And I just have the stuff in your basement you could probably use in some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The really funny part is down there, thanks to Dad and
my sister's laughing at my cat.
Oh. Nice. Between my dad and the guy I worked with, I've got probably over 500 antique cameras down there. Yeah.
Speaking of passive income.
I know my mom has been texting me being like, so I've been looking at like eBay and stuff. You need to start selling these cameras. It's like,
100%. And people, that's all they want to do now is photography is an easy thing you can do alone.
Oh, these cameras are from like the 20s and 30s. She's going to drive down here and smack me in the face.
Yeah. Start. Oh my God. You could be a millionaire by the end of this.
Oh my God. I think it's because I still go to places and see the same camera being sold for like $3.
Because people are stupid.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, I should give a guide over here of some of the weird ones Dad's found. Like one that's a Boy Scout camera from like the 40s or the 50s.
See, that stuff, or start doing video series showing all the sweet shit that you have.
Yeah? Oh, I've got plenty of that. Good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
That's, well, mine's all books.
Oh, I've got those too.
But that's absurd.
The funniest is, let me see if I can pan and do this. Can you see all the videotapes? Be on the lookout for the videotapes.
Oh, my buddy Apes got you beat. She built floor to ceiling shelving on 3 sides of a room, and she collects VHSs. She sent me one of her art is work shirts, and then inside was a Hanson concert from Tulsa to Albuquerque, because she knows she just picks them up for people that she knows that they'll like.
Yeah. Oh, Dad's correcting me. That camera was from the 1920s. I will say there are 2 over here that he found that were handmade. And one of them's from like 1908. One of them's from like 1914. That they're Kodak cameras, but you can see where they were actually hand tooled. Like, it's crazy.
You gotta look into that. There's so many people that collect those.
Yeah. Okay. Before I keep getting shouted at, what am I going to get fussed at more for not having the screen print yet, or getting rid of cameras?
I think you should aim on getting the screen print stuff, and then while you're doing that, you can just go through your cameras.
Yeah.
You got time. God.
All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm going to move on to homework. So I'm for anybody watching, I'm going to start a new thing where at the end I'm going to give you homework of something that I find creative for you to watch. I started thinking about this because one of my friends did that on Facebook where she was like, just start posting whatever YouTube videos are your favorite. And I've got like a playlist that's just favorite videos. Uh, and it's just random stuff. Like it'll be like commercials. Like the guy who directed Moneyball also directed commercials, and there's some of the coolest commercials. Like there's a couple of them that are baseball commercials, but they are. It's weird how he does. This is getting into geekdom, like pan zooms. Like all of a sudden he's behind the batter and kind of moving around, and all of a sudden he'll zoom in on the shortstop, and you can hear the shortstop talking. Like it's
Oh, that's
super
great.
weird. Yeah. So I've got just a list of that, and it's like motivational clips and music videos and all this stuff. But the one I sent you, so I sent you the actual file because the copy on YouTube sucks. It's like 360p.
You're
But
talking
so the homework,
ever.
super low quality. It was
Okay,
all bitmappy and stuff.
there we go.
But the homework is the group Battles, and it's the song My Machine with Gary Newman of Cars fame. So had you ever heard of Battles before?
No,
Okay. So have you ever heard of the band Helmet?
that sounds super familiar.
So the drummer in Battles is the drummer from Helmet. They were like a 90s art hard rock band. They were odd. But yeah, it's that drummer, and they're this super weird art rock band from New York. To where like the drummer's cymbal is like 5 feet in the air. To where he'll be playing, and then all of a sudden he'll reach up and smack it, and he'll be
Oh,
playing.
that's awesome.
Yeah. But that video was made in partnership with like Microsoft or somebody. And it was super weird. And but what did you think of that?
So the video in itself was just a man on an escalator trying to get by a woman, and then for the next 3 minutes rolling down the escalator, and just all of his stuff is just getting shit on, and he cannot
Yeah.
get up and he
Yeah.
can't move forward.
Yeah.
I just started laughing because that is how I feel like my entire life looks like from the outside.
So
For
that
the
was
past 2 years, it's just me trying to get up and be like, oh, this is good. I'm just going to move forward.
Yeah.
Things are going great. And then somebody just shits on me, and I just roll back and lose my pasta, goes down.
I call that Charlie Brown in it. Because
Yeah,
that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Charlie
it's
Brown.
just a continual fail.
But yeah,
But
that
he
video.
keeps trying, which is like the only upside of it. And it's
Yeah.
it's a funny way to look at a very shitty thing.
It's the more you watch it, I've watched that video over 100 times. I just think it's one of the most creative. How they did the stuff with the band is on the escalator, then they're
On the
down here.
opposite side.
Like how they just keep doing stuff. I love that Gary Newman, as the guy is trying to go up, he's coming down at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's carrying a little bag, and then he sets it down, just reaches in, grabs a microphone, and starts singing. Like it's all that.
It's a beautiful video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Very subtle. Like even the man's facial expressions on the escalator are just he just looks so defeated, but he's still trying so hard.
There was one point where I probably watched it like 10 times in a row. I was like, how did they do this? Like figuring out like cameras and cuts, and I was like, is this really one shot? Like, because it looks like one shot.
It looks continuous, yeah.
Yeah, and it's amazing. So didn't finish this, but the homework is something I find creative that I share with you, and then we discuss. So it was funny. The one I had two in mind, and I was like, one of these is a little safe, one of these is a little weird. I'm gonna send Hannah the weird one.
100%. Why? Who else is going to send it to her?
I was like, because I was thinking about who all else I have coming up on this. I was like, there are some that'd be like, Jody, you need to see Help. If you
I
watch
sent
that,
you a painting of a booty in the first 2 minutes of my interview. Of course, I'm going to do the weird one.
But that video, do you ever do that? Like watch stuff to kind of get you feeling better or hyped or whatever?
Oh, 100%. I
Okay.
have specific playlists with specific moods.
Hmm.
So like even if I'm in the car on the way to the shop, I have to listen to certain music to get me in the mood to work or
Yeah.
to come back and to chill out.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I
definitely
hate,
like that.
this will come as a shock. I hate speaking in public.
Oh, same.
Yeah. And so there's been a few times where I've had to speak on a big stage, and all I did was listen to Kanye beforehand and just repeat it in my head of like, almost like sitting there. Like there was one time I was the next to last speaker out of 18 speakers. So I had to wait 3 hours to get to
Oh
mine.
my God.
It was a pachaka-cha. And I'm just literally sitting on the stairs, sitting there bobbing my head. And not even earbuds, just in my head. I'm just replaying that song. It's like,
Mine's NWA.
Nice. Now mine is, I tell you the one, if you haven't heard it, Run the Jewels' second album. The
I
first half,
I I do really like Run the Jewels. I got to re-listen to the second album now.
the first half, the second half's, God, I love that album, but the first half is unbelievable. And there used to be, so when I was in high school and when I was playing basketball and I have to get hyped and angry to play basketball.
So
Yeah, I know. I had a mixtape that I would put in that was my hype music that would go to that. And it was like, first song was a really up-tempo Green Day song because it was just so fast. Like, also, this is like 1994. So you got to give me a little bit of a break. It's not Wake Me When September Ends. It's something a lot hyper. And
is it
then it
followed
would
by Black Parade with My Chemical Romance?
be, oh my God, no. And then it would be um, a Tool song
Oh
with
wow.
Henry Rollins. And then the last song I would hear was a Big Daddy Kane song from the 80s called Enough Respect. Yeah.
Wow.
Like it was literally like, and by the time I walked in, I was like, all right, let's do this.
I'm
All
about to
right.
murder someone.
Yeah. Oh God. Don't get me started. Yeah. I would always foul out. I fouled out every game.
I mean, my thing's always been I've always wanted a walk-up song,
Yeah.
like for a sport. And so you always have to have like at least three ready, like just in case it happens.
Yeah. I boxed there for a while and I would curate my walk-up song.
I love boxing.
Yeah. So the funniest one is there was one time to mess with somebody. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I had the hoodie over my head and earbuds in, and I was listening to Tupac in here.
Hmm.
But what was playing over the speakers ahead was Celine Dion.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Yes.
Just to mess with that person.
That is amazing.
And I was just like, and I was literally like almost like a gorilla, like that. And
Please tell me like my heart will go on.
no, this was before then, so it was something even sappier.
Oh, I love it. That is please tell me someone's got a video.
No, hell no. This was like mid to late 90s when I was in college and right after. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Oh, I helped the guy wire up the sound system and we did lights and everything. And yeah, my walk-up songs, it was crazy. Like there was one time, I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was something that had a slow build. Oh yeah, I would totally like WWF it. Like there was one point where you walked out the double doors and there were like those bleachers that pulled out, like in a basketball gym, that would go flush.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally had him turn out the lights. I walked out. I sat down in a metal chair, and it was a song that did a slow build, and then like kicked into gear in a minute. And I literally picked up the chair, flipped it around, and started bashing it on the underside of those bleachers, and then started slamming it against the ground. And
why did you go WWE?
Yeah. And then I ran up and jumped into the ring, like hit the apron, went over the top of the ropes. And the look on the guy's face, I was like, do I smell poop? I think I smell poop. Like, I knocked that guy out in less than a minute. Like, he was so scared. And I was so angry. So I was trying not to giggle.
Amazing.
I was trying not to giggle. at that point. Yeah.
That guy
Yeah, my
probably
buddy Greg
still
and
thinks about
we
that
talked
day.
about it. I was like, man, I need to start pulling back those stories because I've got a
Yeah,
bunch of funny
100%.
stories from that time. They're not that funny. There's a lot of them that are pretty dark, but yeah.
But that one's legit.
Yeah. I had to look to make sure my dad was off before I started talking about that.
I know I can't show my family half the stuff I say.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. How are you feeling at the end of this? Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling good. I'm pumped up. I'm about to go to the shop, do some work.
You're going to have a walk up song. Walking. You got
Oh,
to put it
I'm ready. I'm
100%.
ready.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
All right. Thank you for doing this so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
And I'll be checking in with the Bob Ross booty painting and with the screen printing.
Okay. And Hasib _
Yes.
HQ. And with
Yes.
Hasib. All right. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bye.